All right, let's get started on this. Unit 2.4, it's parentheses. It's sort of a week where we don't have anything that's necessarily due because we're going to be editing for the Writ 101 essay for your final draft. So in this case, we're going to tackle parentheses. It's a good place to handle it. And parentheses largely are for non-essential clauses, areas that normally we could offset with commas. Stylistically, we often offset them with parentheses. We also use them for in-text citations, but we do enough of that in Writ 101, so we're not going to double that up here. And then define the use of initials or abbreviations, right? So we're going to focus on that here. So here's a non-essential clause. So the waitress was late for her shift, as was typical. Now, normally we'd offset with a comma. And so a lot of your asides, sarcastic comments, non-essential stuff gets loaded off into some parentheses. I should put that here. And so you're just trying to find the little phrase in each of these four where you're going to put the parentheses. And sometimes it's around a date as well. If you're having a lot of dates and you're just trying to show what that date is, that could be there as well. And then around initials. This will do a lot, especially going into the next essay, where you might have fish, wildlife, and parks. If you're doing like an invasive species essay, you're going to use FWP a lot. Or the Montana Department, maybe of Health and Human Services, DHPPHS, I don't know what it is. But we use these quite often. And so this is going to be an introduction to that, which is the first time you use it, you state the entire name, Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks. And then in the parentheses, you follow it with FWP or MFWP or whatever the case, right? And so I have three examples of that. One is mixed martial arts, like four, because I have an example. I attended the National Conference for Teachers of English, NCTE. And then I might go after that and say, the NCTE has been around for this long. You have to do the full thing the first time, and then you get to use the initials as much as you want. And so that is our application, because that's going to be the thing that's most applicable in our writing. So utilizing parentheses in your academic writing is useful when abbreviated titles are common. The first time that that an abbreviation is used, include the full name first with the abbreviation in parentheses. So what I want you to do is write essentially 3 sentences in unison where you mention something that uses parentheses, whatever in your life. So like if I'm a member of Trout Unlimited, right, I would say, Trout Unlimited TU focuses on fish ecology. I have the license plate on my car with the trout on it, that supports TU. Then to try to use that initial 2 times, right? So the first time, the full name with the initial, and then 2 more sentences that uses that initial, because that's how you're going to use it in your writing. And the parentheses only ends up in that first sentence. Finally, in You're Not So Smart, chapters 47 is the illusion of control. It doesn't really help with persuasive writing. It doesn't really help with a lot of things. But I think it's one of those chapters that just relates to people. We all experience this. And he has sort of some takeaway advice there about what to do with this feeling. And I just want you to be able to summarize what that takeaway is for me. What does people want this? What does he want people to understand about this in their lives? And what do people do with it? And so summarize that takeaway. That's the assignments for this week. Next week, there's no more reading journal. It's only the exercises and the application of concepts. So hang in there.